Don't forget to enter our Amazon gift card giveaway. All you have to do is like the video and comment. Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about Jon Snow's fate in Season 8, Episode 3, The Battle of Winterfell. At the end of Episode 2, the Night King's army arrived at Winterfell. Main portion of the living armies are outside Winterfell, from the Dothraki to the Unsullied and the Knights of the Vale, with Brienne, Jaime Podrick and Jorah waiting for the Night King's army to attack. Here above the Unsullied in top left corner you can see two dragons in the sky. It's Rhaegal and Drogon, and on them are Jon and Dany. They will fly out to the near hill to overlook the battlements and wait for the Night King to come for Bran. Bran is the Night King's target, and as we learned from the War Council meeting, the plan is to wait for the Night King to show up at the godswood. Theon will be protecting Bran, and from the preview we can tell there will be a lot of action going on. Even Jon at some point will fight in the godswood later on. The Dothraki and the Unsullied are in the middle, while the Northerners and the Knights of the Vale are protecting flanks. Brienne is commanding the left flank. Beside her, Jaime and combined forces of the Knights of the Vale and Northerners. Davos will be on the walls of Winterfell, signalizing others when it is the right time to light the trench, and he'll probably take command of the archers on the walls as well. We also got this shot of Sansa in the Crypts. Then we have Tyrion Lannister and Varys in the Crypts as well. Lastly, in another known capture, we see Jon Snow deeply concerned, even frightened. He does seem to be looking in the sky, possibly to Dany riding Drogon. So does this mean something happens to them? They are shut down and Jon runs towards them? Perhaps. We see fire behind him, which was glimpsed in the battlements of Winterfell in the first Season 8 trailer, but also in the godswood in the next time preview. So basically in the beginning of Episode 2, Jon and Dany with their dragons will wait for the Night King to come for Bran and then try to kill him in the godswood. In preview we do see Jon in the godswood, but he's on foot, not on dragon. It does seem like the Night King has come for Bran and Jon landed to protect him. But why would Jon even land his dragon? Many possibilities, from his dragon being killed to Dragonfire not being able to kill the Night King, so he's got to land and try to kill him himself. Or simply the Night King came too close to Bran for Jon to use Dragonfire. Even though the plan is to wait for the Night King to come for Bran, I don't think it's going to be that easy, because I don't think they will see the Night King coming. If you have been watching my videos, then you know I have this crazy theory of the Night King not even being at Winterfell, but rather going for King's Landing, but that's just a theory. Ever since the first Season 8 teaser, the Crypts of Winterfell was released 4 months ago, I've been constantly saying that the Night King will use the Crypts to attack Winterfell from the inside. I believe the Night King will use the Crypts of Winterfell to his advantage, and that way launch attack from inside its walls. In case you don't know, there are hidden passageways built so the Lords of Winterfell could escape in emergency, and Maester Luwin actually offered Theon to use it to escape Winterfell and join the Night's Watch when Ramsay came. I firmly believe that the Night King will use it to attack Winterfell from inside while at the same time attacking from outside. I also believe we have already seen this passage in the Crypts of Winterfell teaser for Season 8, where Arya is passing through some tunnel, and I believe the Night King will use it to attack Winterfell from the inside. If the Night King uses it, then it would also confirm a popular theory of him being a Stark, because remember, those hidden passages were built for the Stark Lords, and if he was a Stark then he knows about his secret passage. How crazy would it be if the Night King actually is a Stark, and Bran's line from the trailer "everything you did brought you where you are now, where you belong, home," is actually for the Night King? That would be mind-blowing, although Bran's probably saying it to Theon Greyjoy. Also in Episode 2 it was mentioned way too many times how the Crypts are the safest place to be. Foreshadowing it will probably be the most dangerous place to be. It's going to be safer down in the Crypts, said Gendry to Arya when trying to convince her not to fight this battle. When the time comes you'll be down in the Crypts. They're safest place to be, said Gilly to other women. We'll put you in the crypt where it's safest, said Jon to Bran before they made another plan. You'll be in the crypt, commanded Dany to Tyrion when he wanted to stay on the wall. They will be safe down in the crypt, replied Sam when Jon asked about Gilly and Little Sam. You'll be safer in the crypt, said Jorah when trying to convince his cousin Lyanna not to fight against the army of the dead. That's 6 times in one episode main characters mention the Crypts of Winterfell, and how it's the safest place to be, meaning that it will most certainly be one of the most dangerous places to be. Some theorize the Night King will raise the dead in the Crypts, but I believe the Night King will actually use secret passageways to come inside the Crypts and launch an attack from inside, similar to what Tyrion did at Casterly Rock. Anyways, during the battle it's been confirmed that Jon Snow and the Night King will have some kind of one-on-one fight. Vladimir Furdik, an actor who plays the Night King, said, and at the same time spoiled another stare down between Jon Snow and the Night King, that is set to take place in Season 8 Episode 3. Thinking back to Hardcomb, he teases there's also that moment when Jon Snow was on the boat and the Night King looked at him and raised his arms. There's a similar and even stronger moment between Jon and the Night King this time. Perhaps this time it will be more personal. Maybe this time it's not just some wildlings the Night King raises from dead, but it's actually his own family members from the crypts, like for an example recently deceased Rickon Stark. From the official trailer we can tell for sure that Arya and Jon will be fighting fiercely for their home, and something likely the dead Starks resurrected by the Night King from the crypts will chase Arya through the halls of Winterfell. But let's get a bit back and see how could have Arya got herself in this situation. So what happens is that Jaime probably see a bunch of whites breaching the crypts of Winterfell, or the godswood of Winterfell, wherever Bran is at that moment. Jaime sees it and so he shouts Bran to someone likely to Arya as a warning that her brother's life is in danger. Then Jaime and Arya probably run to defend Bran. So Jaime and Arya go for Bran, who is probably accompanied by Sam, and this right here might be Arya, and behind her Jaime and Sam pushing Bran as they all run from something. Since Jaime and Sam who are pushing Bran in his wheelchair will not be as quick as Arya, she will try and distract that something from them, running the other way and that way saving Bran. And this is a clip of her doing it, and here we can actually see what's chasing her. In this light-end version, if you look closely you can notice that she looks to be pursued by something with a skeletal face. Judging by the scared look of Arya, I have the feeling that she's running from something that came from inside the crypts, the dead Starks. Keep in mind that Arya does not fear death. She'd stand and fight anyone or anything. Arya would not be afraid of whites or White Walkers, as she's actually fighting those in the trailer. She would not run from them, especially since she's holding a knife made out of dragonglass, which kills them. I think the one chasing her, or at least one among them, is her brother Rickon, who died at the Battle of the Bastards and was buried in the crypts below Winterfell. Arya sees undead Rickon, she cries and is not able to fight him, so she runs. I think here Arya will be killed, but the good news is she will then probably be resurrected by Beric Dondarrion. In the books, Beric died when he gave his life to bring back Catelyn Stark. That's what his purpose was in the books, and that's why he was brought back to life so many times. In the show I think he'll have the same story more or less. I think he will give his life to bring back one of the Starks who are going to die during this battle, to either Arya, with whom he's had quite a history and even was on her kill list for some time, or Sansa, who looks and acts just like her mother, who he resurrected in the books. Beric survived this long for a reason, and he has been revived so many times for a reason, and that's been highlighted multiple times throughout Season 7 and Season 8. He will give his life to bring back one of the Starks that's going to be killed by White Walkers. Beric was brought back so many times for a reason, and we'll learn why exactly when he gives his life to one of the Starks that's going to be killed by the Night King. Perhaps here the Hound and Beric in the halls of Winterfell are searching for Arya, who will earlier be chased by whites, White Walkers and even possibly by the Night King himself, only to find her dead lying on the floor. That's when Beric would give his life to bring her back. Jon Snow will fight hard, but he will not be able to win this battle. Winter will not fall at Winterfell, and Jon Snow will probably have to burn down his home to the ground, but the good news is Jon will survive. The Night King winning this battle was teased by Winterfell teaser, in which we see Stark's ancestral home in ruins and abandoned, with the Night King entering through its gates. This battle will be a huge defeat for the living. From leaked photos we can tell Winterfell is on fire, the Night King has won. There's a possibility that the Night King uses some kind of magic, or even his undead dragon Viserion to burn down Winterfell, but I actually think it's the living who burns it down, either on purpose or it catches on fire by itself, from all the fire they use to kill whites. If it's on purpose, then I can definitely see Jon using Rhaegal to burn down Winterfell, after they're forced to retreat. Why would Jon burn down his home? Well, if they lost, it means there's tens of thousands corpses laying inside and outside Winterfell. You know what happens to those who died. They become part of the Night King's armies, and the living cannot allow those numbers to get any higher. So after they lose most of their armies, the living will probably make a decision to retreat and run, and they are going to have to burn Winterfell to make sure the army of the dead doesn't grow. Jon will most likely have to burn down his home. This was foreshadowed by Ed when he told to Jon and Sam, "Last man left, burn the rest of us." After this epic battle of Winterfell, the Night King will conquer the north, and Jon Snow along with all the survivors will have to retreat south, and we have known for more than a month where exactly that's going to be. One of the teasers provided this shot of Dany standing in front of a fireplace, with her back turned to Jon, and details on that fireplace confirm that they are Dragonstone. I've already talked too much about it in my previous videos, but in case you missed it, here's how we know it's Dragonstone. Take a look at all the details on this shot, from the fireplace itself to its props, the stone curves and the metalwork. It's the same thing we already saw at Dragonstone, so now we know they will retreat to Dragonstone in episode 4 after Winterfell falls to the Night King in episode 3. In conclusion, episode 3 is going to be a massacre, but the good news is Jon Snow survives and retreats to Dragonstone. The bad news is that many other characters will die. Jon Snow will have a one-on-one with the Night King and he will not manage to kill him. The plan to use Bran as a bait in the godswood will not go well. Theon will probably die protecting him and even Jon will have to land there, and that's the place he'll most likely fight the Night King. Winterfell will fall, and Jon Snow will have to burn it down by using his dragon Rhaegal to prevent all the dead from becoming part of the Night King's armies. Episode 3 is going to be a survival horror and one cannot simply wait for tomorrow night. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.